Hello, everyone. It is December 29th. It is 2024. Today's video, it's all about those people that absolutely believe that the universe is going to take care of all of your needs for the rest of your life, as the universe is some kind of giving, forgiving, loving entity. They believe that everything is merciful, everything is purposeful, and everything happens for a reason. And I'm here to tell you that, based upon my life experience at least, I believe this line of thinking to be rather toxic and destructive to yourself as well as those that you love. You see, speaking of my experience only, there was one person that was extremely close to me. This person advised me to invest in some real estate. I was hesitant. I expressed my concerns, but I trusted them overall. I did exactly what they told me, and it drained me dry. It was difficult to actually see that happening to me. So of course I confronted the person about this, and their answer was just willy-nilly nonchalant. Well, it was supposed to be like this for you. You are supposed to be poor. That's what the universe wants for you. You'll find your riches in other ways. Needless to say that this infuriated me. In fact, it was very difficult not to be violent with this person right away. Maybe if it was a different time in a different place, the outcome would have been very, very different. But I walked away from that, and I walked away from that hating that individual, and it caused a huge rift in my personal life, and things stemming from that incident still have yet to be resolved. I do not know if I will ever be properly reimbursed, almost certainly not, but the fire enrages me to this day, and this happened over a decade ago. Another thing I notice is I have a friend near and dear to me, one of the first people I met in the last place I moved. This person was fun, very creative, very much an independent individual that expressed her very unique views, fearless, perfect, and for that she was amazingly beautiful, not only on the inside but also on the outside. But you see, this person was around my age, and once you get around my age, I would say in your late 30s to your late 40s, you carry around baggage with you, really from your late 30s for the rest of your life. But while you are still in that very viable dating pool, and this baggage could hurt you, hinder you in a number of ways. And I think in her particular case, she got massively jaded. You see, she found a guy once that was everything she wanted. This guy loved heavy metal music. He played the guitar. He rode a motorcycle. He was a Marine. He had everything in his life kind of set straight. He was a good guy. They went out, and unfortunately, for a variety of reasons, they fell out of love. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us. She, of course, was very much heartbroken. She lost a good guy. And she decided from that point on that she would find a guy very similar to him, instead of a guy who maybe is into different things and is good on his own merit. But there's no way she's going to date like an accountant that drives like a Honda Accord or anything like that. No, she needs someone who's like kind of rebellious, kind of a badass. And she found one, but a badass for the wrong reasons. You see, this particular individual is in an outlaw motorcycle gang, and I've met some really cool people in outlaw motorcycle gangs, but this guy seems very low IQ. He seems psychotic, and he seems like somebody you would not invite to the dinner table for a variety of reasons. That being said, he's fairly good looking. I think she's attracted to him physically. I think she likes the fact that he has that outlaw aura about him, that he kind of makes up his own rules. But the issue is, for all the rules that he does not abide by, he puts on a tremendous number of rules on my friend, on this girl. He dictates where she goes, what she can have, who she can hang out with, so on, etc. It's nauseating, and it's layered, and it's complex, and it's absolutely the sign of an abusive, manipulative, low IQ kind of guy who just holds on to any decent girl he can get, because he knows at the end of the day he doesn't deserve a girl like this. He deserves someone who mirrors his personality and everything about him, someone who has an equally low IQ, who does stupid things just like he does. I don't know his exact arrest record, but I'm guessing it's rather vast, just seeing and observing a few things that I've seen on him and seeing how much of an effect he has on her. He can very much tell her to be quiet in a public setting, and she will shut her mouth. previously the guy she dated would never tell her something like this, and if they did, she would be like, excuse me, no, you can't speak to me like that. But for this guy, well, for this guy, she is more than willing to be like, okay, whatever. She shrieks away, and she just kind of like goes around with her tail tucked between her leg. But at the end of the day, she believes this gentleman to be rather impressive, and he has a network of his own outlaw friends, and they encourage their relationship, and so do their girlfriends, their old ladies, whatever you want to call them. And it's kind of pathetic at the end of the day, and it's kind of sad to see this person who torn away from their authentic self, and really not too many people being able to do much about it. I've talked to her briefly about it. I talked to her because I saw her boyfriend do some unsavory things within like our little watering hole already. So the first impression was very negative, and the following impressions were likewise just very, very negative. I'm not impressed with this guy. This guy promotes violence. He talks about being violent with guys for a variety of reasons. It's kind of like horrific to hear about it. But he more or less puts his aura like, I could punch you in the face any moment and I will get away with it for a variety of reasons, which is bullshit, man. No one cares about your status. But she very much believes in her heart of hearts that she has to stick with this human being because the universe put them together, and she knows it's right because she wanted a guy like that, and she finally has a guy like that. You see, her previous boyfriend, the one that was on point, the Marine, well, he was a good guy, but he wasn't like what the universe had in store for her. The universe had someone that was rough around the edges for her, so on, etc. But at the end of the day, from the outside looking in, you see an extremely toxic individual injecting himself into this lady, and this lady disconnecting from all that was good and unique about her for the sake of this bullshit belief. You see people all the time when they get married, I believe they say, well, the universe or God brought us together. God brought us our kids. Does the same God also bring you that divorce, the divorce papers, the affairs, the cancer that killed one of your significant others? Did the universe do that as well? Is the universe an asshole half the time, or is the universe, incompetent and really just not and apathetic? I think maybe the universe isn't an entity. Maybe it's just something that exists just like you. And I think it's important we appreciate the here and the now and try to make our destiny the best we can, surrounded by good people. Don't get me wrong. I certainly believe if you go into life with a positive attitude, if you're able to build that within you, if you are able to look at life as a stoic, that's a way of embracing what the universe has to offer, even if the universe is massively indifferent. But that doesn't mean any outside forces working with you. Not at all. Could be that I'm wrong, but it could be that I'm right, and you should know that as well.